Hey everyone, this is Professor Joe Urbany with a brief introduction into our core course in the Notre Dame MBA program, Marketing Management, Fall 2011, second module. It's good to be with you. I want to start off with a brief conventional or kind of cultural view of marketing that a lot of people will bring into the class, and it's kind of the notion that marketing is about hard sell. Marketing is about selling and promotion and advertising exclusively. And not only that, it's about kind of posturing and positioning in the marketplace in a way that's about just selling stuff. So I don't care if it looks, walks, and talks like a duck. Make it a swan, or the classic about the PR firm or the image consultant that puts a smiley face on the Grim Reaper. Or my favorite is Gary Larson's An Old Far Side with the asparagus truck. I cuss, you cuss, we all cuss for asparagus. A failed marketing ploy. So the words like ploy and scheme and hard sell are frequently attached to marketing, and given the impression really that marketing is about selling stuff that, to people that they don't want. Right? And the fact is that graduate schools of business around the world for 60, 70 years have taught marketing in a much broader, more fundamental perspective, from a perspective that really focuses on business model and sustainable business model. And it looks more like a definition like this: bringing goods and services to market profitably. Now notice that this shifts focus from how do we sell what we have to value, right? And in particular, the one thing that's really critical here is understanding that in a competitive marketplace, this is a competitive strategy set of issues. So an enormous focus on value, the real sustainable value we create, as well as an enormous focus on creating value that others do not. We'll talk about, kind of give this brief introduction here in 12 question categories. So here, prep you for your final exam here. What's a framework for marketing management? What's a way to think about and guide and integrate all the activities that we're going to talk about here? And the framework looks like this, and it comes from a variety of sources. Probably Bob Dolan from Harvard, who's now the dean at Michigan, is the best source for this, or gets the credit for this mostly. 5 C's is the environment that the firm exists in. If you understand the 5 C's, you understand better how to develop strategy around segmentation, targeting, and positioning, and from that, how then to develop tactics that will be successful and produce outcomes, in particular profitability, but by way of building customer relationships and acquiring new customers. How do you apply that framework? Well, we're going to get some practice at this in the first week of class through a simulation that comes from Harvard called Minnesota Micromotors, and it's a simulation that we'll get access to. You get to play a number of times, but it'll give you a really good overview of the overall framework. But then we're going to actually kind of zero in and laser focus on a phenomenon that really is at the core of what we're trying to understand in marketing management and in strategy, and that is customer choice, right? And it comes down to the fact that our income statement is barren. It's blank. It's got no top line and certainly no bottom line if customers are not choosing us. All right. If customers are not choosing us, we got no revenue. We have no operating profit. So understanding this process of choice and how we create value to bring that choice our way is critical in understanding the notion of building a successful business model. We'll also recognize the fact that, hey, you know what? Different people have different values which lead to different choices. So there are naturally in every market segments that we've got to understand. There's heterogeneity in markets, and you know what else? You can't go for all of them. It's not profitable to do so. You've got to pick and choose. You've got to very often, in many cases, have a portfolio of segments that you target. But it's going to be an assortment that makes sense for the organization and also produces profitability. Positioning is about understanding the fact that in any market you have a variance across competitors in terms of the benefits they offer and also the price that they can charge. So the firms that compete up here have a much different way in a business model driving profitability than the firms that tend to compete down here. And understanding those differences is absolutely critical to building your own profitable position in the marketplace. We have tactics. Product, how do we develop products and services effectively and profitably? Pricing, how do we price them to provide a fair value to the firm as well as a fair value to customers? How do we bring them to market? What's our place or distribution strategy? And then how do we promote and communicate? So promotion and communication comes out at the end after we figured out how to create the value and how to bring it to market. Then we talk about it. Right? That's what that means. But we also spend a good bit of time today on retention, very important topic to organizations these days. And then finally, we'll end with an overview of what a marketing plan looks like. Several sources for the course. The textbook in the bookstore, I just found out yesterday, is $80. Don Yakabuchi's book. Don is at Vanderbilt. Very good scholar. I've written a book in a very kind of a friendly format here, kind of interesting, but a good storyline through the book and covers the right substantive topics. We'll have class session content in the form of a field guide. We'll hand out in class in a couple of different parts. First part on Monday. We have, you see in the email I sent you, you have a link to the Harvard website. This is the other thing that costs in the course. This is about $35. You sign up and register for this and pay for it when you sign up, but it gives us access to the simulation we're going to use. It gives us access to several cases and readings that you'll be able to download. And then finally, Concourse is the university course management system, which I'll show you on Monday, our first day of class. You get to this through Insight ND if you want to try it out now, in the academic tab. You get all kinds of, we'll have all our assignments in there, and pick up grades of practice problems and so forth. In the class, the grading goes around 15% for quizzes, 15% for written assignments, which are the ones that you'll get in Concourse. We have a growth strategy project that everybody will engage in teams of small teams, are probably 1 to 3 people. 30% of the class and then final exam. But 40% we have a standard breakdown of percentages for grades. And our first week looks like this. We got chapter 1 coming up, so have a look at that before you come to class on Monday. I've also got a copy of this posted on the front page of Concourse if you need it. So check out Concourse through Insight ND for our class. On Wednesday, the 26th, we'll also have chapter 14 and quiz 1. Quiz 1 will cover chapter 1 and this reading for the simulation, which you will get at the Harvard website. Be a little more instruction than that in certainly in the syllabus, and we'll talk about this on Monday. You'll be able to get into that once you sign up for the Harvard site. It's pretty straightforward once you do. So we look forward to meeting with and meeting everybody on Monday, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.